What's poppin' YouTube? It's your boy Steals Forever, and I'm back back in the building. That's right, your boy Steals Forever is back in the building, hitting you guys for a quick video. Oh man, this is a video that I have been putting off for about 3 or 4 days now, probably about 4 days. And for those that have been subscribed to my channel or just stumbled across my channel, probably realized I did my impressions of Microsoft, EA, and Ubisoft. And everybody's been asking where's my Sony impressions of the video of E3. And the reason why it's been so hard is because how I wanted to angle the video, because I really just didn't want to come off talking about their conference just from a perspective of what they shown, because I think that they did a lot more. I think they did a lot more, so I'm going to try to make this make sense. It will for those, it may not for some. We're just going to just walk with me for a second. Basically, just the conference itself, the Sony conference, just the games and with their presentation. If you go back and look at my rant video about when I wasn't necessarily defending Microsoft, but just being brutally, I feel being fair about their unveiling people. They're unveiling not the actual part about DRM and all that stuff that was surrounding the Xbox One, but just by watching Microsoft unveiling, I felt the Sony press conference was exactly what I expected it to be. If you go back and watch that video, I can't remember the time frame, but basically it's almost identical to what I broke down of what Sony would be talking about and what Sony would be showing. And I felt the third parties came in and did an excellent job. Now, like I said in that video, it's predictable bad. Now, predictable is being just what predictable is. And since Sony has a great track record of basically producing quality games, then for them, predictable is a good thing. So with all that being said, I think overall the conference was good. I don't think it was great. I don't think it was mind-blowing as some people are, basically just coming out and saying. Just like, oh, it's the greatest conference ever. No, I don't think it was the greatest conference ever. Honestly, I think last year's Sony conference last year was actually better overall. The aspect of the conference itself was actually better last year. Just my opinion. But they showed some nice things. They showed, like I said, they showed that the PS3 still has life, and they showed some quick footage of The Last of Us, Beyond Two Souls, which looks amazing. Definitely getting that day one. If you haven't pre-ordered, go out and pre-order it right now. I know at least at GameStop. I don't know about Amazon. Check them in Best Buy. But I know when you do pre-order, it upgrades to limited edition. Definitely getting that. Gran Turismo 6. Never been really a fan of just hardcore simulation of racing. So it looks good. I know a lot of people like it. One of the best-selling PlayStation exclusives. So I know a lot of people looking forward to that. They showed that. They showed some other games. They talked about the Vita for a moment, which was good because the Vita definitely needs to be talked about. I actually feel like they could have talked about the Vita a lot more in the actual conference. And they showed some love to the indie developers, which is always a good thing. For those that don't know and realize, I'm very entrepreneur driven, and I always like to see bigger companies show a lot of love to indie companies, smaller companies, especially in the sense of not making it so hard for the smaller company to get started. And Sony seems to be very focused on allowing that. Don't know all the rules or stipulations of how to get on PSN and things like that, but they show some love to the indie developers, so kudos to that. Also, they unveiled obviously they unveiled the PlayStation 4. How do I think it looks? I think it looks cool. I've never really been a big person on how things look, as long as they don't just look god awful ugly. Like it looks, it's nice, compact, it's nice and slick. The controller, I actually think the new DualShock controller looks better than the older one. So I like the controller, or at least how it looks. I haven't held it yet, so I don't know how it's gonna feel in my hand, but it looks nice. Even down to the eye. The eye is real small and compact. Looks really cool. Everything about the unveiling of the system looks cool. 500 gigabyte hard drive. Nice. They announced the $399 price points, which I actually agree with. I like the fact that they actually separated, the actual moving things from the actual initial bundle. I feel like if you want those things, that should be something that's left up to the buyer at the time that they buy it. If they want to buy it, just buy it, and it's the same price. But if you don't, then you can still buy the PS4 without feeling like you're forced into buying something that you really just don't want. You can use that same $59 to buy you a game, you know, hey, or an extra controller. So I like that. All PlayStation Plus, hey, you know. So I like that. They showed some exclusives. Definitely like that. The Order looks good. Definitely want to see more of the Order. They showed some more Killzone. Infamous Second Son looks beastly. Definitely getting that. They showed some more exclusives. And I'm probably missing something. And to me personally, the highlight of the night was from Square Enix that showed Final Fantasy 15. Like I said, for anybody that follows my channel knows that I collect anything that's Final Fantasy. Huge Final Fantasy fan. Playing the beta for 14 on the PlayStation 3 right now as we speak. Feeling it. But definitely that was very exciting for me at least. And they brought back Kingdom Hearts. So kudos again to Square for doing that. Especially Kingdom Hearts. I think Kingdom Hearts really should have came out on the PS3 and the Xbox, whatever. This generation alone, we didn't even get any Kingdom Hearts game, which is kind of odd. But hey, we passed it now. We're moving into the future, so we get one in next say year and a half. So that's good. And that's pretty much it. I know I'm pretty probably, you know, they showed Destiny. Destiny looks good too, but I want to drag the video out. So that's pretty much it in a nutshell of just the conference itself. And like I said, it was very good. I think it could have been organized a little different. And what I mean by that is things could have been put into a better sequence to kind of keep the hype going. I kind of felt like at the beginning it was kind of like, okay, I'm hyped. And then it was 15 minutes late, and it kind of brought my hype down. And then when they started the conference, it was kind of like, okay. And then it started kind of progressively getting better. But overall, great conference. What would I give the conference? I'll give it a good B. I give it a solid B as a conference. Now, what I'm finna jump into right up now is what the second part of this video is really about, and the statement that Sony made about DRM, used games, sharing with your friend, always having to be online, and just having to have your camera always being connected, things of that nature. Like, to me personally, that's what their conference was really about, because overall, I felt like Sony basically stood up for the gamers as a company, and that's like, I can't even, that's awesome, fantastic. You know, I salute Sony for doing that, because this is what this is about. No matter what gaming platform you play on, whether it was the Xbox, the Wii U, or the PlayStation 3 or 4, whatever PC, whatever you have, it's still about some gaming rights. And I made a video about this, and I was talking about gaming rights. And, you know, I feel like they stood up for the gamers. And a lot of people were saying that, you know, that stuff they shouldn't have to talk about, but from time to time, those type of issues arise, and they have to be dealt with. And I think the gamers overall did an excellent job of voicing their opinions about how the distaste and dislike for all that stuff that Microsoft was spewing out. And to be honest with you, it's like, you know, it's like I have to look at Microsoft differently. Even though I've never really been a fanboy of any system, it's just kind of like it's Microsoft's approach just kind of rubbed me the wrong way. It's like, you know, really, you know, that's like taking your freedom away, right? Like, just to play a game. And ultimately, I don't think no game is worth losing your rights over. It's just like, this is bigger than games. It's about being a human. It's about being a citizen. Like, you know, sometimes you have to stand up, and like Kingdom Hearts and Final Fantasy and Halo and the Gears and things and Call of Duty is just not worth losing your rights for. Just like, you know, in society, or just doing things in society, some things in society you just don't want because you don't want to lose your rights as a citizen. And I think that Sony stood up for the gamers, and I salute them. And based off that and the whole E3, you know, I'm gonna have to ride with Sony this generation. I don't know where my stand is with Microsoft right now, because as it stands, which I have already done, I pre-ordered a PlayStation 4. Probably be picking up a Vita because they're saying that cross gameplay is going to be natural pretty much for almost every game that comes out. So with me having a PS4 and picking up a Vita, and with me having a PC game, I don't really see me buying an Xbox One. I just don't, because Microsoft is going to have to prove to me now as a consumer all over again that they really care about the gamers, and it's going to be hard for them to prove that because of their approach of how they handled it. Not because they decided to do it, it's just how they handle the consumer or the gamer, you know, us as a whole. I'm really just real salty with Microsoft right now, like, you know. So right now, for those that's wondering, I already pre-ordered my PlayStation 4. Definitely going to get a Vita. Day one, both systems come out, so I can just have the whole thing. Got some games pre-ordered, and it's pretty much it, man. Like I said, Sony press conference off GP, I gave it a B. Based off what Sony did towards the end for the gamers, you know, it just shot through the roof. I'm not even rating them. They're greater than an A. They're greater than what, you know, anything I could put on paper, because Sony made history at E3 2013. Sony made history, and for making history, I salute Sony. You got my $3.99. Good job, fellas. Like always, leave in the comment section below. Let me know what you feel about the whole E3 conference, Sony's conference, the whole PS4 thing. Let me know if you pre-ordered or if you're picking one up. Hit the like button and subscribe. It is your boy Steels Forever. Later.